So this is probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay guys, it's Monday. It's 11 minutes past 4 in the morning. I'm just having my coffee, some dates and stuff like that. And I'm about to hop on the road for 12k. So this week we're aiming for between 85 and 90k. Hopefully I can hit the full 90k. Obviously going through the week, if anything feels off, then I'm gonna have to dial it back because I can't risk getting injured. We gotta do it smart also. And yeah, so this is the plan. I think we're either on week 5 or 6 now. But yeah, without further ado, let me finish my coffee, my dates, and then let's hop on the road for this 12k. Okay, so post run now. That run was pretty good. Weather was nice. I wish I could have recorded the sunrise today because it just looks so amazing. But yeah, so heart rate stayed nice and low throughout the run, which means there's no residual fatigue from last week. My hip felt absolutely amazing, zero problem. Last week was a down week, although it was still a 75k week. But yeah, that's another win. So like now my down weeks are 75k weeks. And then yeah, so it's off the campus. It's a nice short day today. So I'm gonna eat some food, get some protein in, maybe take an ice bath. That's also something I've been doing. I don't know if you can see those 5-liter containers there behind me. So I just cut them in half, put them in a freezer, and then I have a bucket of water just outside. So I put the ice in there and I have like a 10-minute ice bath every now and then. I don't know if it contributed to my hip healing, but I only did that for the whole of last week. So maybe not, who knows. But it definitely helps. Yeah, I did a banded session yesterday, full on leg workout. So I think today I'm just gonna chill a bit when it comes to the leg training. And then it's back to the grind. Just got some schoolwork, some editing and stuff like that to do. And then yeah, tomorrow morning, another 12k. So I'll catch you at like 4, yeah. So post run, it's Tuesday. I managed to complete my 12k, nice and pain free, hip still perfect. Unfortunately, I couldn't really take footage of the run because the weather's really trash outside today. It's raining quite a lot. And unfortunately, my recording stuff isn't waterproof. So, but yeah, it looks like we're still on par for that. I think higher end, maybe 90k week, looks like it's in the cards as long as I stay injury free. But yeah, so I don't have campus today, which means I can recover nicely. Probably later on in the afternoon, do some banded workouts and maybe some like lunges and squats and stuff. And then now I'm just gonna do a cold plunge. So I have these 5 liters that I cut the top off, and I got some ice in here. There's like 3 of them, and then I have my my little blue bucket outside that's filled with water. And yeah, so I'm gonna drop those in there now and stay in for about like 10 or so minutes, and that should be adequate. But yeah, so tomorrow morning's another 12k. I guess I'll catch you then. Okay, so it's 17 minutes past 4. Getting ready to leave now. Just had my coffee, my dates. I'm gonna stretch and maybe do like a small warm up, small dynamic warm up, and then it's another easy 12k. So yeah, let's get on the road. The previous 6 weeks, I've just been running slow, barely doing any speed work sessions. So I don't even know like where my capabilities lie. And today I felt really good. I'm wearing my like plated shoes and stuff. I wanted to see like how well I'm adapting, how well my body's changing and stuff like that. Yeah, so I did about 6Ks easy. Nice low heart rate, stayed really low. With the shoes, I think it made a difference because even my slow pace, my was 710, but my heart rate was still pretty low. And then other than that, like those last, I would say 6 or so Ks, I did one test, like a lap test to see like my goal marathon pace, like what it felt like running that with some fatigue from the previous Ks. It all was looking really good and stuff, and I really tested myself in those last like couple of Ks, like picking it up and seeing how fast I can go. To be honest, I haven't looked at the results yet, so I don't even know myself what they look like, but I'm assuming it was pretty quick. It was overall a good run. Now I got a really long day of campus to look forward to and to get through. So yeah, just preparation for that. I also did realize though, I think I need to do a lot of ab work and like lower back work, because on those quicker paces, which I'm not used to doing, I can feel there's a bit of weakness in those areas. But so yeah, I just might do like some deadlifts, some abs and stuff, and put it into my weekly routine. But so far I'm happy with that. I can tell it was already a quick run. Maybe I'll even surprise myself when I do look at the results now. But yeah, so no cold plunge today, taking a break from that. I don't think it's the best of things to do it every day, but probably tomorrow or the next day. And yeah, we're still looking good for that 90k week, even with the quality session. So far we're killing it. Like I couldn't ask for more. Yeah, feeling really good now. So yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I'm back from campus. It's still Wednesday. We got a bit of a change of plans. After that run earlier on, when I took my results and I put it into the AI, because of those quicker like laps and stuff that I did, I wanted to find out like more or less what my fitness looks like when it comes to the half marathon. So I asked it, and it said my time should lie anywhere between like 1 hour 30 minutes and 1 hour 20 minutes. So immediately I was like, nope, that's capped. And it just seemed so far-fetched at the time. But now that I think about it, it's actually seeming a bit more realistic after like speaking to some people who are experienced running wise. My mother's a comrades runner, so I spoke to her and she knows a few trainers and stuff. But point being, like cutting 10 or 15 minutes off of my PR time, which is 1 hour and 40 minutes after this like 9-week training block, doesn't seem that far-fetched or impossible. So I think it's reasonable, because at the point where I'm at now, because of the structured and like jotted down training weeks that have been like accumulating, and the amount of base building that I should have gone through. But why does that make a difference to the training? Because now the training plan is going to change a bit for this week. What I'm doing is I'm going to do a double day today. So I ran 12 Ks in the morning, and then now I'm going to do hopefully another 10 or 12. I'll see how I feel, or maybe even like 8 or something. But what that will do is it'll let me shorten down tomorrow's mileage. So tomorrow's run will be shorter than the 12K that it should have been, so that on Friday I can do a time trial test. So I'm going to try a 5K PR attempt and see what my time looks like, because that will tell me more or less across the distances what I could reasonably aim for. Now I can't go ahead and put all of my eggs in one basket and say like that it's going to dictate my performance completely and stuff, but it'll give me a vague description. Also, I can't say I'll perform my best on Friday because I don't know, I'm untapered. Who knows what fatigue is going to look like, schoolwork, this, that. There's so many variables that could like either decrease or increase the way I perform, but it will still give a vivid kind of goal to aim for. So let's see what happens on Friday with that time trial test. But for now, I'm gonna go do this run. I'm gonna put the stats up here because I don't think I'll have time to like record the post run and stuff. I got a lot of schoolwork to do and things like that, and it's gonna be late. So I'm gonna have to get ready for sleep and then the early morning run on Thursday. But yeah, this is what the stats look like. Hopefully I get the higher end mileage, nice low heart rate and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna head off and do that run, and then I might catch you tomorrow morning if I don't do the full 12K now, or not. Maybe I can do 24K today and do the whole 12K, and then that way I can completely rest before the time trial. But let's see how it goes. Okay, so it's 20 to 5 on Thursday. So yesterday I successfully completed the double day, although it was quite hard because of the heat, especially in the afternoon. Sun is just something else. And yeah, sweat loss and everything. But overall, fatigue-wise, I am feeling obviously more fatigued than usual because I don't normally do the double days on top of the regular like mileage throughout the week. So I am a bit more tired than usual, but it's nothing insane. Like I would say like 10% more fatigued waking up than normal. Yeah, so today I thought I wouldn't have to run, but after looking at my plan further, I realized that maybe I can actually do like a 90 or 100K week. So I might see how I feel and decide to do that rather than focusing on the time trial. And then next week I can dial my overall mileage back and factor the time trial in from the start of the week rather than saying midway through, okay, I want to do this. But I won't be able to record because the weather outside is looking pretty grim. But the thing is, like, also Saturday is my long run day, so either 24 or 22 kilometers. I can't record the running there because I have nowhere to keep my equipment for that long of a distance. It becomes a bit uncomfortable, and like Sunday is a recovery day, so maybe I might just be able to record that depending on the weather. And then if I decide to do the 5K time trial on tomorrow, I can't record that either because I'm going to go up from Shlanga. It's very busy and stuff like that. I can't get nice footage. Plus, I really need to lock in and run fast. But overall, like as the week progresses, it's going to be a bit harder and harder for me to, get footage of the runs. So like, yeah, we'll be going through everything every step of the way, but it's just a bit hard to record running all the time. Like early in the week, it's fine because I'm not that packed with work or like the runs. I'm not feeling the fatigue of the week of school and of all other things that I need to do. But I noticed that by the end of the week, it gets a bit harder. So I'll try and work on ideas of how I can get everything down, like every run, every session and stuff. But for now, the rest of this week, I don't think there'll be much of it. We'll see maybe on Sunday. But yeah, we'll still go through everything together, like the runs, whether I complete the race or not, how I'm feeling, and we'll look at the stats and everything like that. But yeah, so I got a decision to make, either high end mileage or like do the time trial this week. I think I'm choosing the high end mileage this week and drop total mileage next week, and we'll factor in the time trial a bit better next week. So yeah, for now, I'm just going to head out and either do this 10 or 12K, depending on how I'm feeling. And yeah, we'll see how the rest of this week plays out, because I think 100K is a pretty big milestone, something that I thought would take probably longer than it has to get there, especially without like any fear of injury, because I feel perfectly fine. So let's continue and see how it feels, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay, so it's still Thursday, and I decided to do a bit of a leg session. So I'm gonna do 2 sets of clamshells, 2 sets of glute bridges, 2 sets of standing calf raises, 2 sets of bent leg calf raises. So that's important for your soleus. 2 sets of deadlifts with the weight, 2 sets of squats, and maybe 4 sets of walking lunges. Then 2 sets of tib raises on the wall, and 2 sets of tib raises with a band. So, oh yeah, and then some core also. Maybe 2 sets of leg raises and 2 sets of crunches or sit-ups. Oh yeah, and some 2 sets of hamstring curls with my body weight. So I'll hook my legs under my bed. Yeah, I think that's about it. So let's get into that now. Okay guys, so it's Friday. It's 4:30 on Friday. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So I'm feeling so much better today. Yesterday I was still feeling fatigued from the double day before, but I stretched out the whole of yesterday, and even today I just did like a proper full-on dynamic warm-up, which I normally don't do, but I think I'm gonna start doing from now. And like my body feels nice and primed and ready to run now. So it's a 12K. Actually, I think a 10K, if I'm not mistaken, but I might push it to 12 so that tomorrow I can take a few days off. But it looks like we're on par for this 100K week instead of the 90K week that I initially thought. Yeah, I feel pretty fatigued compared to normal. But it's funny how like things that would have injured me before I know how to deal with now. Like for example, my knee did have a full-on injury where I needed to take like 1 week off or 1.5 weeks off. I spammed quad work because I thought my quads weren't strong enough, so my knee was tracking out of position. But it was actually the exact opposite. I just needed to stretch and it immediately became fine. So yesterday my knee was flaring up, stretched properly. Actually, day before yesterday, stretched properly that day, stretched properly yesterday, stretched now in the morning, completely fine. I know my hip strength work is important. My Achilles was becoming a bit tight, so I iced them. I iced my Achilles, stretched them out, but actually did more strength work because sometimes you just need to get the load back in your tendons. You can watch Steve Magnus's videos on that. There's a lot of videos online. Like if you have any Achilles problems, it's normally not that you need to stretch it out, rather you need to strengthen it. So calf raises and stuff like that. You know, yesterday I did that full-on weight session. But yeah, let's hop on the road now and do this 10 or 12K depending on how we feel. But yeah, and then today's a long day at campus, so 1 to 3. So I gotta prepare for that. I don't think I'll be able to post on updates because I'm gonna have to get ready for campus and I'm a bit late today and I'm gonna run a bit extra slow, I mean. So that's why I will probably be late. And then yeah, unfortunately I'm not gonna take you guys along with me on the run again today. The weather seems fine from what I saw, but like there is a prediction of rain. And the last time that I did do that, it did start raining and I had my equipment with me. And then, well, tomorrow's long run, you know the story. I can't carry that stuff with me for like 24Ks. It becomes a bit much. I can't take away from the running. I gotta dial in there. Like the running comes first, the YouTube comes after that. But yeah, let's get moving. I'm gonna get on the road now. Okay, so I'm back. Thankfully, I left my stuff here because like the weather forecast didn't like guarantee rain. You know how it is, like some places will say it will, some places will say it won't. However, after like 10 minutes of running, it was absolutely pouring rain, like everything was drenched. So thankfully I left my recording stuff back home. But it actually helped me out with the run. Like I feel like it was so nice and cool today, like all the dehydration throughout this week and like running in that extreme heat and humidity, like having the rain actually cooled me off. When I came back home, I didn't feel like I needed to do a Walter White, you know, from Breaking Bad and go to my nearest supermarket and, well, do this. So far so good. Everything looks pretty like, I'm sure the stats will show low heart rate because I monitored it along the way and it did look like it was all in zone 2 and stuff like that. I even felt so good that I did 2 like sprints, hill sprints at the end. You know, I'm gonna start slowly introducing that. Yeah, so now it's a long day of campus to get ready for, and then I just need to make sure to like carry on stretching out. So I'll stretch now before campus, do some banded workouts, come back, stretch, and then do banded workouts again. But yeah, everything looks good. We might actually break 100K this week by the way things are going. I feel like recovered enough to do a long run tomorrow, so let's see how this week plays out. And yeah. Okay, so it's Saturday today, so it was long run day today. in total 24k. So this 21k here and this like 2.5 whatever k on the right here, because my watch stopped recording because I had like a workout programmed into it today. And yeah, but the total distance was 25 because I know I run that route every day, so I know what the distance is, and I've done 24k's on the same route. At first I wanted to do 85k this week, and then I decided I want to do a time trial. Then I upped it to 100k a week, and then I got my bread buttered on both sides because now I found a way to both do the 100k a week and the time trial, which is what I did today. So I did 6k easy warm up, and then this interval session here, what you're seeing, so a 3x3 session. So 3k fast, 1k break, repeated 3 times, and then finishing up the remainder of the 24k. So I can both do the long run, but also a type of interval session that will give me a judgment of where my capabilities lie. With half marathons, the times that you aim can be judged off your threshold pace. Threshold pace is the pace you can maintain for 45 minutes, but like your maximum effort. So this pace that I held for these separate 3 kilometer repeats were like 4:15, 4:11, 4:18 or something like that. So you would take that, add on about 10 or I think either 15 or 20 seconds, to that time, and those are the splits you would hit for half marathon. So in my case, that like 4:18 plus like 15 to 20 seconds, and I would aim to hold that for the whole distance basically. So that would point to like a sub 1:30 marathon, which is what the AI said it looks like I'd be able to do. And then I just thought, nah, that's capped. So I had to test it for myself and see. And it turns out that judged by the test, that is the truth, and it's probably what I can maintain. Now you're gonna say, oh, but this jogging recovery is in between, so it doesn't make sense. But you also need to keep into account that I just came off a 100k week. There's been no taper, there's been no break. So it's that plus the 6 kilometer fatigue, and then only running the intervals. So I would say it's a pretty decent judgment. It makes sense. And also, based off of this, Durban City Marathon is happening in 4 weeks' time. So I think I'm probably going to do that. So that's a big announcement. I might actually run Durban City, which gives me 4 weeks of marathon prep. Next week, I'm not going to record. I'm really busy, packed up for campus work, so that's my main focus right now. I need to finish that. And then, marathon prep. However, at the end of the week, I will go through whatever I did this week. If it's in short format or long format, I don't know. But just so that there's no gap and so that you can see how I kickstarted the 4-week plan before the marathon, how marathon training is going to differ. But this 100k week, I'm not going to lie, it was pretty easy. Like, it seemed like a far-fetched foreign idea at one stage. Like, how do people run 100 plus k, like Kipchoge 160k, these other guys running like 200k a week? How it just didn't click, it didn't make sense. I couldn't fathom how it's possible. And then now, so easily completing a 100k week myself, I see how it is possible now. And it's not about crawling to the end of the 100k week, like barely being able to walk properly by the end of it. It's about finishing it, but also being able to repeat that week after week, which I now know I can do because of how good I feel right now. So I'm not going to record the 10k tomorrow. I have no fatigue. I know I'm going to do it. So there's just this one time, bear with me. I know you can take my word for it that I'm going to run that 10k. I know I will, because like I said, I feel completely fresh. Like, surprisingly how easy this 100k week was. But it being that easy also swayed my judgment a bit, because when I first started this thing, I was ending every video off saying, will I do it? I don't know, stay tuned and find out. But now I know for a fact it's just a matter of time until I do it. So yeah, I'm gonna aim for this Durban City Marathon. If it's on the cards, it's on the cards. You will know next week and how I'm like directing my training towards it. But yeah, so I can't say that anymore. I can't say, will I do it? Stay around, find out. It's when will I do it? I don't know, but stick around and you just might find out.